welcome back. We are the 16th of April. It's mid-arvo, I think it's 2:30, something like that. Sowing, so a bit of an update on where we're up to. We finished sowing the grazing wheat in the rice ground. So there's a little bit of mucking around there with calibrating and that sort of stuff, cleaning out, and then we had a bit of urea left over from summer crops. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to run a bit of urea. Now that we've got the small seeds box, we can do that. So we've got urea in the front bin and just MAP in the back bin. I've just actually pulled up here in the shade. I'm just going to go through the fence here into the new block. Tony sprayed, I don't know, I think he's done about 65 hectares in there, but I've just pulled up here in the shade. I've just got to lift these sowing tubes up about an inch just to adjust the depth. I'll touch on it quickly, and won't go into it too much. So Brendan finished up with us on Monday, so it's now just Tony and I. It's just two-man show again. So this stage I don't intend on, not going to replace him. We'll just see how the year pans out, and we might get someone to give us a hand at windrowing time and harvest, but just at the moment we'll just keep floating along between the two of us. So I'm chief air-seeder driver, and Tony's gonna he'll do all the spraying, and we'll just see some of the contract work where we spray and sow. I may even try and handball a bit of the spraying to guys that are proper spray contractors. So I need to make a couple of calls about that one. So we're changing over canola now. So we've got 250 hectares of canola to do. So there's 125 here in the new block, and then that must leave about 130 out the other farm. So being a couple of days before Good Friday, I'm going to just try and get this block done today and tomorrow, and then we probably will have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and then I'll sort of make a start again on Monday. I've got young Jay, who, if you've been watching along for a while, he gave us a hand driving the windrower. He's doing a mechanic apprenticeship in town at the Agco dealership that we deal with in town. So he was coming out after work and driving for 2 or 3 or 4 hours, and that just allowed me to go home and have a bit of dinner and have a shower and come back when we were windrowing, or he would just go and then knock off. So the plan is, he hasn't driven the air-seeder before, so he's pretty keen to learn. He sort of rang up wanting some work. So before Brendan left, I was always going to, like Jay, Jay rang me last week, so we'll get him trained up, and weekends and that sort of stuff he might be able to give us a hand too. He does play footy, but he's keen young bloke. As I've mentioned before, he's pretty keen to work and keen to learn, which is nice. So anyway, I just pulled up here in the shade because I had this out in the front of the workshop and it was pretty bloody hot in the sun. So I'll get to and lift these up, and then we'll get over and get into it. So we're rocking along pretty well here. We've done nearly 9.5 hectares, good long runs. So we're about 1.3 kilometre runs, so much more productive than in the irrigation country. I've gone up half a kilometre an hour too, like usually around that 7.5 k's. So I've just gone up to 8. We're not getting a lot of soil throw with how dry it is, and you can see the dust how dry it is. So that'll get us up around that 7 hectares an hour, which is good. So I just did one bag to start with. We're on 3 kilos the hectare. It's going out pretty with 20 kilo bags, so it was pretty well spot on. So I just don't like putting, because canola seed's so damn dear, I don't like tipping a heap in case the calibration's not right and it goes out really quickly. So so I've just pulled up here before and put another couple bags in, so we'll get through to about 18 hectares. Jay rang, should be out shortly. I think he works to nearly 6, so it'll be dark by the time he gets here. Tony and Sarah brought my ute over, so I'll go home. I was running a bit short on time, so we're going to need fuel at some point in time, so I might bring, if I go home and have a shower and some dinner, I might bring some seed back and bring some fuel back. And I did chuck a bit of AdBlue in it this morning, but I might put a bit more in it. We got the corn, finished doing the early corn on Monday, so it's only a rough guess. We filled 2 100-metre silo bags, so we're guessing around that 300. I just messaged a mate about it. He reckons sort of 300 tonne of barley and 340 tonne of wheat in 100-metre bags. So we're thinking somewhere in between, so around that 310 perhaps. So yeah, and the header's telling me we've stripped 600 tonne. So I'm thinking it's done around 15 and a half, which is I'm pretty happy with. So it works out per hectare. I did work it out the other day. I think at our 335 on farm we're about $50 to $100 a hectare, and we're around that $2,600 a hectare to grow it. So really profitable. You can't make that growing. Well, I don't seem to be able to make that growing canola and wheat and barley. So hence why we do grow it while we've got water. So yeah, the other block, with it being so hot, like it was nearly 30 degrees again today, with it being so hot, I reckon the other stuff will come in reasonably quickly too. So it doesn't look like any rain on the horizon. A little bit Saturday on the weekend maybe, but yeah, there's no big falls forecast. So, but we are well and truly dry sowing. The rice ground I did last night. I started it last night. It's been worked, and obviously if you've been watching for a while, you'd have seen it. We grade aborted it, so it was basically like what we're seeing out the back here now. I couldn't actually see the air cart. I could see the light up on top of on the walkway there, and that was all I could see. So if the air cart, if the light went out, the air cart, it's obviously left the chat. So anyway, so you can see in the cameras here what's going on. It's quite handy. I could see the little agitator in the bottom of the small seeds box, so I was able to run it right out, which is good. So it seems to be really accurate, working well. One thing we haven't done, but just visually on the ground, we haven't measured our distribution, but it does look pretty consistent on the ground when you prime it. So yeah, whether I should probably get a few containers and just run a bit out, run it for a minute or something, and it's going to be, I'll need a good set of scales because there won't be a lot there, but just randomly do it across the bar and make sure our seed distribution's even, because that could be a bit of a balls up if it's not. So anyway, we're going canola finally. So, but while it's not raining and we're dry sowing, there's no super rush, but I'd like to get it, get this block in by tomorrow night anyway, if we can. So we'll just see how it goes. We'll push it a little bit. We should be able to get, I'm not too sure with the urea, but we should be able to get 50 hectares out with the MAP anyway. So we're only sort of 45 kilos of urea, so we might go close to sort of 50 hectares with it too. So if that was the case, well, it'd be bloody good actually. We won't have to fill it up tonight. If I do get 50 hectares out tonight, I'll have done well. Tony, as I said, Tony's done one load in here, so he's done about 65 hectares. He's done half of it. So just probably leave ourselves a bit for the morning, just while he fills and gets here. We've moved everything out the other farm. I think I did mention that. Because because we were about out of water here at home. So, and everything back here's been sown. Well, obviously apart from where we are now, but all the other sowing's out on the dry country from here on in. So, yeah, going in pretty well. Just need rain, instead water. Anyway, giving Jay a run. Sort of sat with him for an hour or so. He'll be alright. Got to tidy his turns up and we should be good, I think. But bloody hard in the dark, but anyway. Anyway, I'll go and grab some fuel, have some dinner and grab some seed and back to it. Ute parked over here in the dark somewhere. Morning. Next day, so obviously just filling up. Got about 50 hectares done this afternoon and last night. So yeah, pretty well caught up. Tony's here spraying again now, so pretty well caught up for the spraying. So yeah, just fed sheep up. Yeah, up early again and got the truck around here, but just fed up, fed a bit of hay out. And grab the lunchbox and wipe some windows, and yeah, we'll be cracking again. Now, fast forward a couple of hours. Jay's back out after work. I actually had to go duck into town just to do some footy club stuff, so the tractor's been standing still for about 3 hours. Yeah, so I ducked home to have a shower and got over here and forgot he was coming. So anyway, we filled with fert, so there's enough fert in there to finish it. But I'll come back in a couple of hours and yeah, push it through and get it finished. So we're not working over the weekend. Yeah, is the plan. All right, it's nearly 11:30 and we were going really, really well. We're sort of getting very close to, well, we was still probably had a good couple of hours left here, which I was planning to sit here and do and sort of look back and thought, oh, that cart's on a bit of a lean. A bit flat on the bottom. So it's had a split here for a long, long time in the sidewall there, you can see. So she's given up the ghost. Always happens the day before a public holiday or on a Friday or something, given tomorrow's Good Friday. What I'm thinking, I've got local footy tomorrow, so tomorrow's booked already, unfortunately. Don't know whether it's going to rain, but what I'm thinking, maybe the stud pattern, I think, is the same as what's on the chaser bin. So might be able to rob a tyre off the chaser bin to put on this to get this finished anyway, whether I get up early in the morning and just have a measure up and see. Yeah, it's going to be a couple of hours mucking around, changing it and that sort of stuff. So and I might message my tyre bloke and just see whether he will be there on Saturday morning in town, and we'll take it into him maybe and see whether they might be able to put a sleeve in it and put a tube in it and might keep it going. Other than that, we might try and that tyre, it's a big tyre, like it's a 710 wide, so it'll be frightfully expensive, and it doesn't need to be a new one, it just needs to be something that's solid in the wall. So he may even have something in there that's all right. Tread wise, it really matter because all it's doing is it's just as long as it holds air, basically. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain in the ass, but anyway, it is what it is. But I've just noticed it, so it's not like it's been running flat. But yeah, anyway, we'll get some blocks of wood over here in the morning, get it jacked up anyway, and get the weight off it perhaps. Yeah, and then we'll just see whether we can rob one off the chaser bin to get it going, or whether I speak to old mate. They are talking rain Sunday, I think. Yeah, just sort of 7 or 8 mil. I haven't had a look, but they had sort of 7 or 8 mil, so it'd be good to have this block finished. I've done 100 and I don't know what there is, 105 or 8 hectares, so there's only about 10 or 15 hectares left. There's only a couple of hours we'll get it finished. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is. We'll I don't know how far we are to the ute that way. Turn the screen back on. About halfway to the ute. We'll be 500, 600 or 800 metres to the ute, so we'll rally up our stuff and we'll head that way and yeah, knock off. So all right, thank you again for watching. Yeah, I am finding it tricky being so busy trying to get these out for you, but and it's going to be a fair bit of sitting on an air seater going forward for a while, given we're back to just myself and Tony. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is. We'll get them out when we can, and if there's something of interest, I'll be sure to share it with you. So yeah. All right, thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.